evening. So today we are not doing the suspension. That is not gonna happen today. What I'm doing here now is I'm copying what I have on the other side. So I am copying this side here, so you can see what this means. Do I not have one of these? Wait, no. Wait. Shit. How can I be out of these? Wait. Oh, I have one left. One left. Okay. Good. So the one of the friction ones is left, which is exactly what I need. Of course, not sure if we are gonna keep what we have like this, but right now I'm just replicating it without asking too many questions. Come on. No. Okay. this on the other side as well. And then we're gonna reflect on what we have done. Okay, let's examine what we have done. So we now have these here on each side, which are actually pretty damn solid. I'm gonna remove this now because let's see what this means for rigidity. Oh yeah, much better, much better. I mean, still there is still some movement. We still need the roof, but this is so much better. We do need to do something here. Basically, the middle here allows too much movement. Let's see if I apply a little more. See how it dances. We do not really want that. But I do not know how to reinforce it. I mean, if we did something on the sides and then combined with the roof, maybe. Let me put the roof on when I can find it. So obviously the roof is still not supported perfectly, but it's kind of straight. Let's see what happens now. Yeah, it's much better. I mean, the roof is, holy shit, the roof is not the best roof, but the difference that this makes is this is just amazing. Holy shit. Let me grab this better. Oh, how can I do this? Grab it like this, then like this. Okay, so the movement that we have here, I mean, obviously we're gonna have some movement, but this requires me quite a lot of force. So when I now disconnect this, holy shit, this does not require any force. So the roof does a lot. Do not underestimate it. Yeah, this roof does a lot for rigidity. So if we would do something for, so here, if we did these triangles here, and then if we manage to somehow connect these on the 3 stud level here, I think we would go a long way. A long way. However, before we do this, servo for the gearbox. Let's see if it fits and how it fits. So the servo for the gearbox is supposed to be, well, I guess I can remove these. These are superfluous. So it's gonna be, gearbox servo is, it's here. Okay, gearbox servo is here. And the rocker pedal is here. Okay, So that gives us not much. Not much. Not much. So basically what we need to do is we need to change this here. But we can't, because I do not have a well, we could, because this here is just a helper pin. The actual locking is happening here, so this is just a helper. So we could substitute this for something. Where's the door? Ah. So if we do this, so this is just a helper, which is not nearly as necessary as it was before, because now kinda everything is a little better, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it is necessary, but we can do this differently. Basically what we want with this here is prevent the door from being able to be pulled out. Yeah, let's see if my idea is even remotely feasible. So what I want to do is I want to use a longer lift arm here and a shorter here, so that we get space to have a lift arm going here. Lift arm going here. We'll see if this is even, if this does anything. If not, we're gonna revert back to this. So we're gonna do just one side, of course. We're gonna keep this as is, and I'm going to just basically reverse the position of these. Okay. Not exactly. We need different ones. Yeah, this one. This one. Okay. There. So now we have the room to place, I don't know, a lift arm like this. Okay. It's not in the way of anything, but what do we want to achieve? Basically, we want to, combine these two together and maybe get to somewhere here, if the geometry permits. It does here, of course. I mean, we can do something here with this. Not here, not like this. But what about this? Let's find out. I mean, what we could do, just for demonstration purposes, just me indulging in this. If we have this here, and now we can bypass this, go straight to this hole here. Not exactly like this, of course. this is not gonna work. Basically, we would like to do this. And now we need to connect. We need to connect with something here, which we do need. I don't want to use more pieces than needed. That's my issue here. Not that it's not possible, but just thinking of stuff. Yeah, maybe just let's use this for the moment. It's not perfect, of course, but you know, like this. And then when we have our rocker panel, it makes more sense. So you immediately get an entrance in the car. But I mean, this is not structural at all. So the major question here is, does this modification do anything, or is it just dead weight? How did I grab this before? We'll find out when we disconnect this here. And now disconnect this. I mean, just the movement that we get here alone makes me want to think that this does something. And then now we have to connect this edge here in here. So a kind of link across, you know, something. You know, some linky to maybe this here. Does it work? Oh no, it doesn't. Not me. It would. What if we have it here? I wonder. Just temporarily. I mean, it would. I think it would connect into this hole here. Can we do it? No. No, we cannot move this further back. Sadly. We could move this further back. One step further back, maybe. Maybe. No. Doesn't work because this here, yeah, it's not gonna work. I really want a link across. What if we use this as template? Maybe. just as a template, nothing more. Just to see we are dealing with here. Where is the possible connection? Okay. It is exactly where we cannot have it. We cannot have the connection here. Not like this. Not like this. Why would your legs hurt from the first day of school? That's something I need to explain. No, that's not good. We cannot have it anywhere else because of the wheel. So it has to be something like this. Just a second. Let me engage my last remaining brain cells. So this here, we could go here. That we could, and that we will. This is what we're gonna do. Obviously, we don't need this. We are going to remove this here and replace it with a normal beam, and then we can go to town. Okay. Whoa, okay. Okay, but this is me being too rude with this here, because reasons, yeah. just a second, because what I'm doing here is I'm pulling everything here together in when I'm trying to rotate it. Let's eliminate this possibility. Yeah. I think both of these are doing a great job, because this side here, this is still wiggling, this isn't. And I think that if we, oh yeah, definitely. If we, let's just disengage them. Yeah, definitely. Let's disengage them to test, but now let's replicate this on the other side, install the roof and check for, well, basically if what we just did is any good. It's gonna be quick. And then we need to figure out how to support the door. Yeah, almost. Okay. Right. Let's test it without the roof first. It is better, not a lot. I must admit, not a lot, but there is some difference. And then this is better. Yeah. I mean, the most important part is when you're driving it via hand of God steering, you basically want, the suspension to be compliant without the chassis twisting. It's not gonna be infinitely rigid, because even the original car, if a giant would come, pick the original chassis at the points that I'm picking it up, and do this, even the original chassis would visibly twist. So and the engine, will add. So the engine and gearbox will add a little bit of rigidity, and maybe we are going to add some more things to it. This is gonna be like here somewhere, I think it's gonna be here. Okay. Yeah, it has to be here, I think. Or can it be one step further in front? No. Nope, it has to be here. Which is unfortunate, but that's what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. So obviously here in the rear, I mean, we're gonna basically, these two sections here are gonna be moved to the front, and this one here is gonna be replaced by the where is the door? You know, by the smaller version of this here. These parts that basically where you can stack them to create the desired length of this. So you're not limited to the 7 and 11 stud sections, but you can, you know, add them up. And we are going to replace the 7 stud section with, I think, a 5 stud section to compensate for this here. Because, you know, if it's like this, it's just not gonna fit with the rear suspension. That's, you know, that's steering geometry for you. So here we are on the cusp. This is the maximum deflection that the wheels can have, and they do clear this. No matter what I do, yeah, they do clear. They clear it exactly. I mean, it couldn't be any more. The angle couldn't be chosen more perfectly. And they don't hit. Okay, they hit only if I take the wheel and rub it on it. In the real world, they do not hit. In the real world, they do not hit, and that's all that interests me. So this is the maximum clearance that we can give the wheel in the wheel well, basically. And then I'm okay with that. To be honest, I am okay with that. Here, yeah, I mean, such a shame. See, if this guy here had holes perpendicular, we could replace this. We could replace this, and then the lift arm here. The lift arm here would not be necessary. But if this lift arm is not here, these just implode. I mean, they don't just implode, but stability is lost. Let's say it like this. Or is it? Or is it? Maybe we could get on without them. Without this, will give us more space for everything. Maybe. Yeah, we can leave it off for now. Okay. So, door. We need to find a way to attach this here. We need to find a way to make the door sit properly. Okay. So, in both directions, we need to kind of stabilize it. I mean, I would prefer this was less. Because, you know, the problem is that when the door is going to be closed and there's going to be additional bodywork here, I am kind of afraid that it's not, first of course, it's, you know, doing this, and then it's not going to be flush with it. But I guess that's something we can work out later, I guess. Let's yeah, let's address this here. I think we have, I don't think we have a lot of freedom here, but let's see. First of all, we need to see how high the door needs to be. The door should open, you know, something like this. It should open something like this. But of course, in this position, this is not possible because then it does not close. Here, I'm just, of course, testing. This is an impossible position for this to be, but I'm just testing if, what if it's here. No, it's not enough. We want more. Yeah, I'm greedy. I am greedy. Oh. If only the cylinder was one step further back, because right now, if you can see it, right now it's interfering with this here. See? It is interfering with our fender piece, or with the inner wheel arch. What we could do, of course, is shuffle things around a little bit and move this thing here further in. We could do this. Yeah, we absolutely could do this. And if we did this, maybe everything is gonna be even better. Then we have more freedom with this. Let's test one side. So I don't have any more of these friction pins in blacks. I'm gonna take a red one. basically what we need to do is swap this one to the other side here, and for this we need, of course, to change things here in a way, of course, that will make this better, not worse. Maybe there's some opportunities that I have not seen before. Sad thing is that now that this one is further in, this is a little bit compromised. But we can work around it, or not around it, we can reinforce this a little bit differently, I think. If we change this, whoops, fuck me. This one it is, okay. Okay, now let's see if this is actually any better, or did we just add more parts. Should be, yeah, this kind of fixed it. Yeah, no longer jelly. No, very good. Okay, but now we have room here because this is not here anymore. We have room here for the piston. I'm thinking maybe we should even relocate it inside the door. What would be the better position? If we want this to be like this, we move the piston further up, but that's another problem because, Yeah, we can't. We can't move the piston more up. Further up. But we can have it pinned here. Can we? No. No way. Or? No, of course not. Of course not. It can be here. But can it be here? It could. And if it's here, okay, if it's here, what does this mean? What does this mean for our... Yes, this is enough. Okay, okay. So we need to make sure that it's gonna be pinned here, but one step further out, of course. Okay. Now this is interfering with this. Damn it. Why can I not have nice things? Why not? So if this here was round, so if we turned it by 90 degrees and this was round, no problem. Like this, no way. Not possible, because the distance here is too small. This just does not work, which is very unfortunate. I mean, we could try with this here. It's not gonna be the same, because I was counting on the axle connection here. Let's see. Maybe. Maybe this will work. So my optimism is that this thing here can hold this, and then this is holding the door. In an ideal world, of course. Will it close? Let's find out, or if this is gonna be flying out. Yeah. It would close, but the cylinder, of course, cylinder, of course, is hitting this. It's hitting this. So we need to re-engineer this. Trouble is, of course, this needs to be solid. Otherwise, you know, the entire weight of the spring is resting on this, and we don't have a lot of room because this. But we could, yeah, we have one stud. We don't have enough. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. This gives me an idea. Okay. Not like this. It has to be the other one. This here. But how do we solve this here? That's the question. I mean, obviously we can pin this. Okay. This has to go. And then what to do here? Maybe this. Maybe. I'm using this here just because it's convenient. This, and obviously there's gonna be an axle here, so we're gonna put an axle through both of these, and there's gonna be a lift arm through this, which is gonna be basically the foundation for the dashboard, I guess. And of course, it's gonna combine both sides, giving more stability as well. But first I want to see if the actuator now clears. If not, we need to do something else. Let's see. Is it gonna clear? Looking good so far. Come on. Okay. It is clearly it's clearing. Clearly, we see that it does need reinforcement, exactly like we want to do it, because I'm not sure how you can see it. It's you can see how it's being pushed forward. So there's obviously some stress on this part, but if we run our beam through the car and do the axle, this is going to be solved. Obviously, we need to work a little bit on how the mechanism here closes. Needs some help. Come on. But once it's up, and it's up very high, just the way we want. So it's out of the way and people can enter. It's, you know, and this part here is like in the real car, it's basically horizontal. This part is horizontal-ish, which is gonna be with our car as well, ish. And yeah, I think this is very good. Now let's make sure that this is solid. Obviously, I'm gonna use black parts here. And obviously I need to recreate this on the other side because they are going to be supporting each other. So I need to first replicate this contraption here on the other side. Yeah, I can remove all of this shit. All of it. And then, of course, we are going to place the steering wheel. Hopefully, the dashboard the dashboard support that we are building is gonna make our life easier than we had before. I am mildly confident. If not, it's gonna be more difficult. We'll see. So we need this part here. Change the position of these. The hardest part for me is always replicating this. I don't know why. Okay. Okay. Over the weekend, I need to sort this mess out because it's getting out of hand again. Okay. And Okay. Yes. This guy. We have this here. And this. Yeah. Okay. Let's install it. Okay. Now we install these, and I'm gonna show you what I mean with the bars. I mean with the bars, with the axles. Okay. Number three. Okay. So obviously we're going to have to install the things going across before we put this in. So it's gonna be a kind of a puzzle. But first, before I do any of this, I'll see what we are gonna do. So I would like to have instead of these, I would like to have first I would like to have these in. Why? Simply because axle connection on axle connection, so that we get at least here, you know, some stability. And the question, of course, is: are we going to install them like this? Come on. So are we going to install them flush, or are we going, come on, so with two, or are we going to go one step deeper so that we have more more meat, so to speak, here? I would say we install them like this. Whether we have the beam on the bottom of them or not, we're gonna see. But I would do it like this. So like that. Now we insert this in there, and see, now we push this in. Okay. Disassembling this, we have to pull this out, but it's possible. It's not something illegal or whatever. Also, we could provide a bracket on this side, but I think that's not necessary. That would be overkill, since they are going to, you know, be holding each other. We'll see. We'll see. If, you know, if need be, we can do this at any time. Okay. Sadly, of course, we cannot go. We cannot use just one, because it's just not enough. We have, you know, we want 2 studs in, but if we use a 15 stud beam, it's just pinned in here, but 1 stud. I am so not comfortable with that. So this is what is this? Ideally, we would use one of this one, and a shorter one. If I have it. I do. Okay. So I'm gonna use this here. And this here. Obviously, we're gonna have to change a bit things a little bit, but just so that it's installed and we can see what we have. And this is gonna be beefier than I thought. Okay. So the grand idea here is that now, see, this here is much more stable. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is actually a major contributor to the stability here. Can you see this? How little movement now there is now. Holy shit. Wow. So once the roof is together properly, I think this is proper stable. Yeah. Holy shit, this is next level. There. And now when we close this, yep, everything is nice and straight. See? No more twisting. Exactly what we wanted. Very good. Very good. And I mean, this reinforced everything tremendously. Of course, when we close the door, see, it's a hit and miss. And then once you're here, it still does not close properly. It needs little more encouragement. So we need to work on this. This is not okay. It works, but I actually have this one. Yeah, it works, but let's see if there's a simple solution or we need to re-engineer stuff. So this is not gonna really lift it up. You will have to lift it up manually, but it's gonna hold it up, basically. So, since you know the door is gonna be heavier because it's gonna get the row of bricks here. and of course the frame. It needs a little, yeah. I'm gonna show you what happens, but I like it. I like our chassis. So what happens here is when we get to here, see, this is where it stops. This is where it kind of stops. It doesn't, you know, go over the point because the lift arm, see the lift arm, that's, come on, work with me here. Lift arm, that's, it's just, you know, there's so enough play and everything that it just, you know, when you press the door down, just won't go over it. You have to twist everything a little bit more so that it jumps over. What would immensely help, of course, is if this part here, if this here had a rounded corner. That would help immensely. But I don't think we can create a part that has a rounded corner and allows us to pin this, and at the same time has this and this. There's so many requirements. We can do one part, but don't think we can do everything. Because whatever we do, whatever part we use, it does not have the round corner here. If we use this here, yes, it has a round corner. We can make this fit, but then we cannot have this pinned here and anything else. How could we make this work? If we made this, well, thicker, we could make it thicker. Just remove this. See, even without the spring, yeah, it sits. You see, it sits flush here. It sits completely flush on the lift arm, yet they do not engage because there's just a little something is necessary for it to jump over. I need to press it down, you know, for it to jump over. With luck, but it's not reliable. So we want it to be, you know, reliable. Reliability is key here. If it's not reliable, we are not interested. It has to close every time without people, you know, having to do pressing down, or you know. So this is, you can clearly see here on the bottom how it's completely flush with the lift arm, and still it's not engaging. Yeah, now you engage. But it's so little is required. Hmm. Yeah, this definitely needs to be rounded. Definitely. Thing is, I don't want to make it thicker. It's already 4 studs thick. 5 if we take the spring stuff. Yeah, I mean, no. No, 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 no. I mean, possibly I was thinking of using this here. Because both of these are necessary. We cannot omit any of these. This is holding it in and pulling it back. This one is the one that is actuating it. The question only is here, you know, if we put on this here. Let me modify this so I can pull it on. So basically what's gonna happen is this, okay? And we could actually have this here, it would be okay. And we could do this differently using this here. Yeah. Let's try this. We have nothing to lose. We can still revert to this here. You know, just to test the round edge here. Just to test that. We're gonna keep that one as is. Use this here. Like that. And here we are going to engineer something. Just for testing, of course. This is just testing. Okay, so we can get away with it somehow, but we need to make sure that this here is somehow usable. Not sure if this is gonna work because it's rigid, but we're gonna try it. Better yet, can do this here. Okay, let's see. Just testing. Just testing. Okay. It is better, but still, the problem is, see, it's this should go further in, so it prevents it popping out, but it doesn't. See, now it goes like this. This, maybe if we just make the spring stiffer. Yeah, just spring stiffer. But it needs to be rounded. If this was not rounded, no chance. So now it goes, but of course, because we are getting, this is moving side to side, this is not reliable at all. So we need to make sure that when this is going down at a certain point, it should be you know, fixed in place somehow so that it doesn't do this. How? I don't know. I mean, it is, you know, it is a span and it's just pinned on one pin. So when it's about here, I want it to be guided in somehow. I don't know. A little more reliable, so that, you know, the problem is that when it's coming down, you know, it has the tendency to do this. It's not gonna go out. It's gonna go in, and it does not want to sit. Yeah. Of course, this has to be black, so it's not gonna be visible when you know, when the car is done. But yeah, I don't like how thick the door is, but it is what it is. We're gonna make all of this black on, and you know, it's gonna be less visible. I mean, I'm thinking, what if we put an axle through here and have this entire top part being on the outside? Is there gonna be enough clearance with this? You know, so that not so much of this is on the inside, and we get a cleaner door, and at the same time we could make something here on this that would guide this in. If this wasn't here, you know, if this wasn't here, decisions. So if we this is gonna be interesting, but with the help of this here, I think we can make this better. Yeah, I think we can do something here. We will not need this here. Yeah, which is even better. This is gonna be this. This. Or even simpler. Maybe we don't even need this here, and can attach this. But you know, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We can still optimize this once we know. Once we know. Oh, this is yeah. We can. Blimey. I'm gonna do this right away because it's gonna make everything more stable. I like when things are more stable here. Okay, yeah, this is more solid, which is gonna make everything here perform better. Yeah. So, what I wanted to do here. I wanted to use this guy here. Or, no, I don't need to use this guy here. I will use this. And then something, because I want to, I want to have an axle through here, and one part of the lock would be on this side and the other on this side. It is possible. It is possible. But then, how do we do the stuff with what if this? Okay, we don't need this. Not like this. Okay, I know how to do this. We could use, just this here, but then we need to figure out this part here. Parts like this just don't exist, right? What I want does not exist. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Which is sad. Which is very sad. need this here. I do need this part. Cannot change it. Damn it! I don't know. I don't know. I think this is something that I will have to figure out over the weekend. Yeah, I mean, we can be happy with what we've done today, definitely, because the chassis here is looking good. It's looking really good. It's almost modern, you know. It's a monocoque terminating at the suspension. Everything in the front is just optical, not structural. And you know, this part here is now really strong. I'm really happy. And the roof is gonna be even stronger when it's finished. It's not, you know, it's gonna move even less. And this is very strong, very strong. Holy shit! Yeah. Even without this, I think it's strong. Yeah. 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 This is adding so much. So much. So it doesn't twist. Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Next time, of course, we need to add some steering wheel support. We have a fighting chance with this. Woo! Look at that. Look at the angle. It's perfect. It's perfect angle. Perfect angle. Holy shit. We used this here. I think if we used this here, it's gonna be the perfect angle for the steering column. And we can basically position the steering wheel directly on this. Of course, depending on which height this is gonna be. We can even hide this behind this. Yeah. Very good. But you know, today I am a little bit tired, so we're gonna call it a day. Depending on the weather and everything, we may have a stream over the weekend. We'll see. It's tomorrow. It's gonna rain the whole day, so it's more likely than not. And if it's so, it's gonna be probably in the afternoon. There's no Formula 1 tomorrow, so whole afternoon is free to do the steering column. Maybe I'm gonna get some ideas for the lock. If not, well, we're gonna do the front end then with steering column, and then we can start on the front end. Yeah. So thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video.